Here we go.
Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today. This week we're taking a break from comic book editions to bring you Meanwhile, Volume 1. I named this after the classic column of the same name that Dick Giordano would do in the Bronze and Copper Age of DC Comics. Meanwhile, this video will tell you today how my life related to comic books really has come full circle. This is an announcement that's been a long time coming and one that I'm so excited to finally be able to share with you. As I've talked about in previous videos, I recently made a move. I moved to West Bend, Wisconsin. It's not a Milwaukee suburb, but it's not far from Milwaukee. And it's maybe an hour or so away from the Bronze Fonz, if you know what that is. But I made this move because towards the end of June, I saw a job opportunity posted. I applied for this job. We did a phone interview, we met in person, did another interview, and everything went so well that I was offered this position. And it's a position that I've always wanted to have in my life. After doing almost 30 years in radio, it was a very rewarding experience, but I felt that my time at radio had come to an end. And I knew that while I was still in radio, that once that time came to an end, I don't think that was going to be something I was going to continue to pursue. I'm very happy and feel very lucky to have the opportunities that I have in radio and to have seen many of my dreams come true in that field. I remember one of my first big dreams in radio was to get a gold album that was presented to me, not to the station, but to me. And I achieved that maybe a year after becoming music director. And at that time, to my knowledge, what I was told, I was the youngest music director in country music radio, at least at that time. I'm not sure if that's been broken or not. Like I said, I accomplished a lot, but now it's time for a new career path, a new step, a new road to take. That road led me to West Bend, Wisconsin, as I said, where I'm at now. 221 Comics is a brand new retail store, but they've been in operation since slightly before the pandemic. They started online and they did very well. They were very successful online, so much so successful that they wanted to launch a retail physical store. I have become and accepted the position of store manager for 221 Comics. I say that this has come full circle because when I was a little kid, I wanted to own a comic book store. And while I wouldn't say that I want to own a comic book store now, it's so exciting to get to work at one. I've learned so much, and every day I'm learning so much. I've been in many comic stores. I know what a good one is, and I know what not such a good one is too. So I've taken that experience and piled it together. In the second week of July, I moved to West Bend, and the next day I immediately began populating the store, and in about 6 days, we opened. It was that fast. It really came together fast. Now, I'm thinking that you might have a few questions about the store, but you might be more curious to see what it looks like. So, I'll answer some questions that you might have, but first, why don't you take a look at what the store looks like, at least today. To me, it always seems to vary. There's some days I come in, and by the time I leave, I feel the store looks completely different than it did when I walked in the morning. But as of today, Tuesday, this is what the store looks like. Now that's the way to end a video, right? With an autographed Stan Lee slab. Man, just the other day we had a UF4 CGC 9.4 that we sold. We had a signed Last Ronin by Kevin Eastman that we sold in our opening weekend as well. The store's been open about a month right now, as I mentioned. You might be wondering if we're doing mail orders. At this time, only the store exclusives are available for mail order. Not saying that we won't do mail orders in the future. It's a possibility. And if that does happen, I'll make sure to let you know here on my YouTube channel. We have a great selection of back issues. We have a great selection of product that changes. We say it changes weekly, but really it changes more than weekly. It feels like every other day we're adding something into the store. And it's been an exciting time for me. Sometimes I don't do the ordering. So sometimes for me, when I open up a box, it's like Christmas to see what's inside. It's been so much fun. We are located at 823 South Main Street in West Bend, Wisconsin. So if you find yourself in the Midwest or in this area, maybe some of my Chicago comic book collector friends might find themselves up near Milwaukee sometime and want to pop up, that's awesome. Our hours right now are Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. and Saturday, 11 a.m. till 5 p.m., closed on Sunday and Monday. If those hours change in the future too, which they could as the business grows and develops, I'll make sure to update you about that as well. So in the meantime, I am just ecstatic to be able to share this news with you. Like I said, I always wanted to manage a comic book store. I wanted to own one, really. And to be managing one is pretty much the step away from it. And I'm so appreciative of the opportunities that have been given to me. And the owner, Joe, is just fantastic to work with, as is his entire family. And we really get along, and it makes going to work every day such a positive experience. And I'm so thankful to be back in the workforce doing something that I love. Most people don't even get a chance when it comes to their careers to do something that they love once. I've had 2 careers. This is the beginning of my second one. And I've had the chance to do something that I love with both of them. And I just can't say it enough how fortunate I feel and how happy I am. I haven't felt this happy in quite some time. It's awesome. I love my new apartment that I'm in too. One thing that I do have is a designated YouTube space. Now, while I'm working, and now I miss some shows that usually you see me in the chat, like v.1 and Sean's Friday afternoon movie stream. You usually see me there. I have to catch that on the rewind now. And sometimes some of the Saturday morning shows I miss as well. Or one of Shebab's live dives I'll miss because I'm at work and I have to catch that stuff on the rewind. I hate that, but I still love my comic book friends, YouTube comic book community, and appreciate you. I just moved to a town where I don't know anyone in this town. So I need you guys and your friendship more than anything right now because you make me feel less lonely. Love this apartment. Love having my own designated YouTube space in this apartment, which I didn't have before. So this is something new for me. And in the future, I'm going to start populating the walls and start making this really feel and look like a studio as well. So I'm excited to share that journey with you in future videos. And you can watch as my progress comes along. In the meantime, thanks for watching this video and letting me share this with you. There's a lot of exciting things on the horizon for me. Cookie from Just a Little Podcast has asked me to be a co-host in an X-Men cartoon. You know, the X-Men cartoon from the 1990s? In an X-Men cartoon related Patreon exclusive. So I'll be talking about that on my channel soon, and that's about to launch very soon. So check out Just a Little Podcast Patreon program to see how you can get access to that. When it comes to comic books, I also have another huge announcement that will be coming soon. Something that when I look back on my life, I will say, I didn't see this one coming. And I didn't. And very soon, I'll get to share that news with you here on my YouTube channel as well. Once again, in closing, I want to tell you how excited I am about my present and my future as retail store manager for 221 Comics in West Bend, Wisconsin, and how thankful and appreciative I am of your friendship and support. When it came time for choosing a new field to get into work-wise, being a part of the comic book field is a dream come true for me. Although I did think if I started inspecting mirrors, that would be a job I could really see myself doing.